Hey guys, welcome back to Martha May's Off Topic. I'm your host, Martha May, and we got a good one for you guys. Uh, please welcome back my co-host, Zyron Speaks. How you feeling today, babe?
Hello. I'm here, all
Yeah.
heartbroken and shit, but hey, we gonna thug it out, all right? We gonna get through this, okay? This will be a good topic
Yes,
for
yes,
everything, so let's do it.
absolutely. I love that. Thank you for being honest with us too, like
Oh
how
yeah.
you're feeling and kind of a little bit what you're going through. No, I really love that. All right. So today, guys, we have for you red flags and we're going to do some green flags. And by red flags, we just mean like skirt. You need to either really fucking fix that shit or you need to leave that person. Um Usually, and these aren't necessarily boundaries,
hmm
but more so like warning signals kind of saying, "Hey, we need to address this now," or you just need, and I guess they could be boundaries, right? You need to like flat out fucking leave this person. So I think we went around and kind of asked people, do you have anybody, do you have any red flags, green flags from people? Or I guess we'll do the red flags
Yeah.
first. And then we can go on into the green flags, kind of end it on a better note.
It's so crazy because some of them are like my personal like red flags, and so like to see other people say
Mm-hmm.
that's like, damn, you going through that too. But like my newest one is gaslighting. Oh my goodness, because people love
Mm,
to do that shit. And
okay.
um,
Give us an example.
you ever have somebody like do something to you, and instead of apologizing, if I'm sorry if it made you feel this way, but like, no, bitch, that's not an apology. That's backwards. That's not how you apologize to a person. Um, that right there is gaslighting to me, like, because you're not taking accountability. You're trying to flip it on me and make me feel bad for what your actions
Mm,
did. You know what I mean?
right,
And so,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
that's one of them. And
I
so,
got you.
not able to recognize emotions and speak on them,
Mm,
that's a good one. Okay, because
right. So kind of lack of communication, kind of um, a lack of kind of self reflection, if you will.
yeah, I mean, if a person is upset, I feel like you should be able to like communicate that, or
Right.
be able to express how you're feeling about something. If you don't like something, if you do like something, can you express why or why you feel that way or how that makes you feel? Are you able to do that?
Yes, it kind of reminds me of when you send me something and I'm like, okay, well, why do you like that? I love that.
Um,
I love that.
don't
Yeah, keep
don't
going.
introduce you to their friends, which I don't know
Mm,
because it takes me time to really bring somebody around. Because
mm-hmm,
so my mom has ever only she's met a few girls from my past, but like she's only known one guy. Um,
mm-hmm.
and that's because I go like way back with that person. But like I've
Right.
never just introduced my partners to her, like not by FaceTime. I took nobody home to her to meet. Like it's so with my friends, my friends have met not that many guys because I don't really just be having them to bring around in the first place. And so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that just takes time and it depends on the circle, right? It maybe if y'all in the same friend group, yes, but like if it's different friend groups or something, I just feel like it takes time. Like me personally, I just don't want to keep bringing new people around, like, because I'm like, oh, it's somebody new. Like, ain't nobody ever said
What
somebody,
happened to the last
right?
person?
Nobody can say that to me because I don't bring people around ever, honestly. I be private for the
Right.
most part, so yeah. So another one is how
Okay.
somebody said how they drive. I was like, okay,
How do
you
you
know
feel about
what?
that?
Actually, yes, I agree with that because that just happened to me. This motherfucker, it's raining and he's sliding on the brakes at the last fucking minute. Like you saw that fucking red light like way back there. Why are we braking at the last minute? Like
Okay.
You know, you mentioned, how I drive and I be confident, but I don't break at the last minute and shit like that. Like, this motherfucker will legit, we be sliding. Like, you could feel the car, like, sliding. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, because that means you don't give a fuck about my life because you don't give a fuck about yours. And
I was gonna say what constitutes. Yeah. Okay. I
I
appreciate
don't
your
like that at
elaboration.
all.
Yeah.
She said how they talk about their exes. I said,
Mm,
oh, yeah.
okay. Give us more on that one.
I feel like how a person describes their ex or talks about their ex makes a lot about what they are too. Because are you painting them as the bad picture? Like, are you taking accountability for what you did and something?
Mm,
And sometimes you really do just date a really shitty person that was shitty. Yes, that has to be understood. But are you continuously bringing them up? Are you continuously bashing them? Are you down talking them? I don't like when somebody down talks their ex because you were with that person for a motherfucking reason. So why are you bad talking them now? You know,
right.
they weren't all of these things, or you didn't have a problem with it because you were with them, or you probably stayed with them for so long, and so yeah,
Right.
that
I think there's a little bit. I think there's a little bit layer to that too, because, and I'm not disregarding your red flag, right?
right.
So, say for example, I was with someone for 10 years. I didn't see what he was doing to me for 10 years, and now the 11th, 12th year, you know what I mean. We're not together anymore. I can kind of talk about it, talk about not just bad mouth him, but just kind of talk about the things that he would do, and how I'm now realizing that he was just a dick and he was just an asshole. Um, and maybe that's a little bit different from what you're talking about, but um, I find that it's not just kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I sorry, I just kind of feel like there's a little bit of layers to that, because if it's hard when you've spent a lot of time with someone and you didn't necessarily see what they were doing the first 5 years
Hmm.
that you were together. Um, and I'm encountering a lot of couples like that who've been together for years, but and now when they bring up their ex, it's like not, they can't see anything but the bad, or not anything but the bad, but like 80% of it was bad, and they had like 20% of it good.
But then why
Um,
are you with a person for so long?
there are multiple reasons why someone, we were just talking about that, well, you know what I mean, like the other recording, it was because it could be because people are afraid to leave. You have assets together, you have children together, you don't you may not see that it could be a traumatic
Right.
bond, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like um you know, whenever there's something bad happens, something good kind of like patches it up, and then people may be afraid to let go of that, or people might be afraid that um they're not going to find anybody else, or they're not going to be able to stand on their own 2 feet because the man is the breadwinner.
Mm.
um I don't know, that's just my speculation. I've never been in that situation before, thank God, but I've heard of that can go very, and I've witnessed it from other people too. So, anywho, back to your red flags.
And so how they talk to servers and
That's a good
workers,
one.
and I was like, okay, that is a good one. Um,
I love
Being
that.
too serious, yeah, like have some fucking fun, loosen
Okay.
up. Like we don't gotta be
Yes.
all uptight all the damn time.
Right.
Jealousy, communication, and skills are or communication skills are sorry. And so I think jealousy is a big one because that reflects insecurity. And if you're insecure, it's like
Mm-hmm.
why? And, that could be, somebody's previous experience of like being like cheated on or something like that. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like me personally, when I'm with the person, I don't really want to act off of jealousy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
you're my person. And if they're able to take you from me, then you wasn't my person. And so usually for the most part, I'm pretty chill. Um, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's a difference between being jealous and also like somebody like really trying to make you mad or something. Because I've kind of had that happen to me before. Where it's like I wasn't jealous, but like back the fuck up. Like I'm fucking right here. Move your ass around. Like for you gonna get popped. Like because you being disrespectful. Um, So,
So okay, so it's funny because the book, one of the books that I've read over the past couple of years, it's called The Ethical Slut. For those of you who are into kind of like the non-monogamous lifestyle, it shares what jealousy really means to the authors, right? So it spoke on how jealousy is like a normal human emotion. So people say, I don't want a jealous person, like I don't want this, I don't want that. But it's like, is the person a jealous person or are they just jealous?
mm,
Because I feel like I'm going, if, say, for example, something small that might make you jealous, I don't know, whatever that is, right? Whatever small thing that would make you jealous. It's normal for you to feel that way because of the action that someone did, but at the same time, um, can you speak about that jealousy? Can you kind of express why that made you feel jealous, as opposed to, and this is going to turn into an extreme case, like instead of you like lashing out on them or slashing their tires, or you know what I mean, just insert extreme action here. I feel like jealousy is, it's not the fact that you feel jealous is what I'm trying to say, but it's the fact that it's how you act on that jealousy,
right.
right? So I can be jealous that you know, we're talking to another female or whatever the case is, right? But can I just express to you that I was jealous instead of me being like, fuck that? You know what I'm saying? Or like carry on as if,
Yeah.
you know, like, bitch, you know what I mean? But instead, can I just be like, hey, I don't know, that didn't make me feel very good. Like I wish I was her, or I wish you know what I mean? Like I didn't like that, or whatever it is, however you're feeling. Can we just normalize expressing our jealousy in a rational, calm way, as opposed to you being, you know what I mean? Either super nonchalant about it or super extreme about it.
I always think about like Queen Naja when she was uh something something like the girls you like on Instagram or something like that. And so I remember like when I went through a breakup a while ago, that's kind of what he was doing too. Like he would like always like be like, hey, look at this person like Instagram and stuff, and it's like, damn, nigga, like you want to be with them? Shit, go do it. But like,
Yeah,
it's
see,
got. But
that's
I
what
was
I'm
like, that's more like
saying.
just. I don't know. I can't say if I was jealous or if that was just irritating, you know. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
but for me, jealousy is one of them things that like I try not to really be jealous of anybody. I don't really consider myself a jealous person because I feel like everybody has a
Mm,
time, and so your timing for something good is, you know, your timing. Congratulations. My time is going to come. And so I feel like
that's
whenever you
true.
act on jealousy or you are jealous, you are fucking with your own blessings and the things to come to you because
Mm,
you're too busy worried about what somebody else got going on or what they have. And
yeah.
that's just a big part of social media nowadays too, because everybody is already displaying like their biggest and best parts. Nobody's really seeing like the downs and stuff. And so
Yeah.
don't be so focused on, you know, the actions of others because your time will
Mm,
come again. But I
yeah.
again, I was like, I've been in a situation where my partner was getting hit on in front of me, and at first I thought it was cute because I was like, yeah, that's my nigga. Like he looks good. I know he looks good. But then it's like, okay,
Hmm.
but you see me right here, so like stop, like
Right. Right.
stop, like okay.
Like out of like
We
respect.
took the first couple of compliments, like we took the first couple of compliments and thought it was cute. But I was like, you don't get to this nigga's head, like. Don't keep following us. Like we were following us around a department store. Like you called him
Yeah.
cute. We said, okay, thank you. You, I forgot what she asked. She actually asked my boyfriend at the time something, y'all, and I was like, okay. But it was there. We got on the escalator, and she came back and was like, I was wondering if I could get your number, and I was like, do you not see me right here? Like we was just holding hands, like literally. Like what are you doing? And
Right.
that's when I found out California be on some other shit for real, but that's another topic. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she said someone who says they don't like the people who you love or spend time with, like your family or your best friend, friends, etc. That is
Mm,
a big motherfucking red flag because I don't know. I always think it's weird whenever
mhm.
you're dating somebody and your friend don't like them or they don't like your friend or they have like an issue with each other because it's like why?
Right.
What is that about?
Yeah, exactly. You guys don't even know each other yet.
Yeah, so like what is the beef about? You know Keisha Cole had that song Trust and Believe and the best friend was like
Mm,
fucking with her man behind her back. It's like, is that why y'all act like that in front of me? Like, what the fuck?
right.
Um
Yeah,
and
yeah.
truthfully, like I've been with somebody like that who he didn't like my friends and stuff, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna not be friends with them because if we break up, like they all I got, and when we broke up, that's all I fucking had. And I was like, see, like unless you have a
Boom.
legitimate reason or y'all had like a past life or something, like went to school together and had beef, okay, kind of, sort of, like I
Right.
kind of sort of understand that, but like just being upset because I'm hanging out with people and stuff like that, no.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. So yeah, those are my red
Yeah, I
flags.
think, yeah, no, they were perfect. I think that can go both ways though too, because I think, and you touched on this a little bit. It can be a red flag for your friends, and then it could be a red flag for the person you're dating. If the person you're dating doesn't like your friends, obviously red flag. But if your friends don't like the person you're dating for no fucking reason, that's it could be something that they see that you don't, or
Hmm.
it could be um, like them being jealous and them kind of exhibiting destructive behavior. Excuse me. And so I feel like that can go both ways for sure. Thank you for sharing those were really good.
Yeah.
uh, I had quite, I don't know, the like far left crazy kind of red flags and then far right kind of normal red flags. So one female that I talked to, she's a friend of my mom's. She said, love bombing emotionally, trapping me to commit to you. So, kind of how we always talk about you kind of giving me that energy at first, trapping me to commit to you, but then kind of take it away, or don't give me that same energy that you just gave me last week when it was really, whether you planned it or not, you're just, that's a red flag. That's definitely a red flag. So kind of love bombing me too early, and that can mean anything, whether it's you physically like telling me you love me, or it could just be things that are moving too quickly for you. And so I thought that was a good one. She said, "You hang out with your boys too much."
Elaborate on that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think what she meant was not you hanging out with your friends, you hanging out with your guy friends too much over me, to where I have to kind of either like beg for your
Okay.
attention, or kind of or ask where my place is, you know, or I think she kind of made a joke too, saying that you shouldn't be spending that much time with a grown ass man or something like that.
I think it's levels to that.
Hmm.
Because depending on what stage y'all are at, like, have y'all been together? Like, has it been some time together, or y'all
Right.
just not meeting each other? I
Hmm.
do see how that could be bad too, though, because I shouldn't have to beg for your motherfucking time, and that's something that I can't wait to really speak on. Effort is a red flag, but also could be a green flag because it's like you should be putting in the effort to want to get to know me and spend time with me. But I also think having that balance of that friendship and being able to spend time with friends is really good. I definitely
Absolutely.
appreciate that because it can get suffocating and
Yes.
give me some time to miss you. You know, go have fun and then we
Absolutely.
could talk about it later. You know what I mean? And vice versa.
Hmm.
But I can't see
Yes.
like how not getting enough time is a problem.
Yes, for sure. And then she said narcissistic traits, or you are just a straight narcissist. Then she said insecurities from within. So, kind of how you touched on, kind of jealousy, blaming me for stuff that you've done out of guilt. Although I feel like that can be kind of a murky situation because I don't know. I won't, a person doesn't start piecing those things together until like the third time you've done it. You know what I'm saying? Um, because the first time you blame me for something, I genuinely think it's my fault, right? Until you just start continuously doing that, it's like, what the fuck are you blaming me for? You know what I mean? I'm not actually doing that. So what are you hiding? Um, I got a red flag from a male saying that pooping in the shower was a red flag for him.
Oh my God.
I said, what the fuck? It made me think, bless his heart, right? But what, who, where, when, and why? Like, I don't, give me more. I don't
Like, was it a
understand.
toilet not
I,
right there? Like, what the fuck is going
I don't
on?
know.
Like, who
Jesus
the fuck
Christ.
does that?
Uh,
As a matter of fact, I just seen a video on TikTok of a girl talking about that. Like, people like that need their ass beat. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you shitting in the shower and the motherfucking tub is right here? That poor guy, that probably fucked him up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Poor guy. Another female said cutting her down or putting her down, even if you're joking. So
Mm.
say for example, I tell you it's been months, right? Say for example, you're my significant other and I tell you, hey babe, like I saw this Pilates ad or I saw this yoga ad and I really want to do it. And you say something along the lines of, well, we'll see how long you stick with that. Even if it is in a joking way, that shit's gonna fucking hurt and that or have some type of negative effect. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to you being like, oh yeah, babe, that sounds like a really good idea. Like, when do you think you'll be able to start that? You know? And so that kind of that's what she meant by that. And she said doesn't take care of his body and he doesn't cook.
Mm. Doesn't
And I
cook.
was like,
That's interesting.
yes, I think that for me, that I think it could be a red flag, yes, but that's also a teachable moment
I think cooking
because,
is definitely like a teachable moment for sure. Like we could
right,
get in the kitchen together and you can like start learning stuff and um
yes,
I yeah, that's not a red flag for me, but that taking care of your motherfucking body is and you know
100%.
we have these conversations all the time like I health issues come from
Mm-hmm.
not doing that. Um and
Yep.
so I don't want a partner who don't care about their body because then that, essentially you don't care about mine because you don't care about yours.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm more of I hate to say it, but I'm an appearance person, and so I try to keep
Mm-hmm.
myself like fit and in shape, and you know, it's some things
Mm-hmm.
happen like injuries and stuff, but like in the Navy, bitch, people be fat, like
Oh
disgusting, and
God, I
so
didn't even
like
say that.
don't yeah no if you don't care about your body, you could be as sweet as ever. I'm sorry, you could be as sweet as ever, but not with me because I you got to have some care about your appearance for me. A hygiene red flag. I should have said that. I'm sorry. Let me mention
Hygiene.
that hygiene.
Yes,
If
yes,
your
go ahead.
hygiene is not up to par, like you need to shower once a day at least. You need to be brushing your teeth, getting your hair cut,
Mm-hmm.
like take care of yourself. I don't
Mm-hmm.
really get on people who can't dress, but because that's a teachable moment as well. But like, are you
Right,
washing your clothes? Are you making sure your laundry is done? Like, are you wearing
right.
clean underwear? Like, I am big on hygiene because you know, but no, don't nobody want to smell no ass
Absolutely.
all the time. Like,
Right.
yeah, so
Or
hygiene.
like musty, like you ain't wash your clothes or you ain't let your clothes dry properly. So if not, if our part say we've been together for like a year or two or more, right? If we or maybe even a couple of months for some people,
Hmm.
if he if he starts to kind of slip up on his hygiene or something like that, it's like, babe, are you good? Are you okay? Do we need to address something? Like, tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what's going on, because then that could be an indication of something
Hmm.
deeper that we're not kind of, because we see this a lot on the ship when people get depressed, people experience mental health, people, you know what I mean, whatever they're going through, grief, whatever it is, they start to kind of lose themselves in that way, right? So
It's crazy how that
I
works too, because you just that's like the ship was one of those places for sure that was like, oh my God. But I also
yeah,
just, yeah, that's a deep one right there, actually.
yeah,
I'm glad you brought
yeah,
that
because I
up.
had a guy. Yeah, I had a guy in one of my divisions. He, the thing is, he would smell so bad. Lord bless his heart. He would smell so bad, right? And toward the end, it would just get worse and worse and worse until someone, on the days that he actually took a shower, he smelled so good. That's the part that pissed me off so
I
bad.
had the same problem with one of our people, and such a very attractive guy, like handsome, like a really good looking guy. And I remember having that conversation with him. I was like, like, do you need something? Like, do you need to borrow something? Like, how can I help you? Because
Right.
I've seen it already. Like, I've seen you smell good and you look good. You're really attractive. Like, you should, there's no reason why you
Mm-hmm.
should walk around smelling like this because that's embarrassing. Like people are talking about you. But depression, that makes sense. Like people do get depressed
Mm-hmm.
and when things are happening. And I think also with the Navy is like because we work so much and be so fucking tired. Like sometimes you just want to get in your rack
Mm-hmm.
and go to sleep. And
Right.
again, it's one of the things that you can communicate with that person too. But like if it's just for one, if we just meeting your hygiene not good, hell no. And
Yeah,
if we
that's
together after some time and you start slipping and we can't get you together, then we either gonna seek help or snip snip. Because I'm sorry, I hate a bad smell, like really bad. Like, oh my
right,
gosh.
right, right.
And
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
sensitive stomach, so I'll start to gag and yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I feel the same way. I love, 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 love a man that smells good and just takes care of himself, gets his hair cut, um, and he takes pride in those things too, you know. Love that. Love to see it. I had a male good friend of mine say that an obsession that can't be explained by your current lifestyle. And so he went on to explain to me that people who are obsessed with kind of, what was it, the example that he gave me? He was saying that an obsession with, he was like celebrities, for example,
Oh,
when you have no idea, kind of, when they have no idea that you exist. So, like, but it's an obsession, right? It's an obsession and it's an unhealthy one. And that's what he was getting at. So I thought that was really interesting.
that's a good one. That's a really good one.
So then one of the red flags that he also proposed was introducing randoms to your kid. So he was like, he doesn't want to ever hook up with a woman and she turn around and like introduce him to their kid when it was just like a hookup, you know what I mean? Or I sleep with someone, and the next morning you're on FaceTime with your kid and ask me to say hi to them. That's awkward as fuck. I was like, oh shit.
Y'all, that happened to
That's
me,
very
but
awkward.
I met the kid and the wife,
Oh,
and yeah, let's just say that shit got nipped
okay.
in the bud quick. I said, I'm not doing this. I'm sorry.
Uh, yeah, yeah,
People
okay.
are weird.
That's very awkward. Very, very awkward.
People are fucking weird.
Like, why would you think that's okay? I don't know. Weird. And then he said another red flag was people who spend money irresponsibly, which is a huge red flag for me. You know how fucking frugal I am. That is finances and period is a red flag for me. If you, because essentially, uh, when, and there's layers to this, right? Because not very many people that I know in my immediate circle, and this is not to boast or brag or anything like that, but not very many people have as high a credit score as me. So I don't expect people to have that high of a credit score. But I do expect you to pay your bills on time. I expect you to kind of adult responsibly,
Hmm.
right? If you have a savings account or if you have, you know what I mean? And if you don't have those things, what are you doing to get those things? Um, People who just spend money irresponsibly, I don't know, that's a red flag for me too. Ugh, gosh, it makes me cringe thinking about it. Another red flag, people who don't take responsibility. I think how kind of touched on this earlier, like don't take accountability for their actions and don't want to take accountability and want to blame you and want to make you the bad guy out of the situation. It's like you had a fault in this too. Like it takes two to tango type shit, you know? So those were the red flags that I got from them. I'm going to pull up one really quick from Sam, who couldn't be with us this evening. But she was like, someone who has a lot of experience with red flags, I would say communication for sure. You have to be able to say, like, hey, this is bothering me. And they allow you to kind of communicate that in a safe space without feeling attacked or deflecting. And I was like, oof, that's a good one. Communication for sure. And so a lot of people, actually, a couple of coworkers and I were talking about this earlier about how, you know, they were seeking counseling and therapy with their significant others because they don't communicate as well as they should,
Hmm.
right? And so I think that's a pretty not responsible, but just healthy thing to do. You know what I mean? If you need that kind of help because or any kind of help, right? Whether it's therapy, whether it's kind of self care, whether it's whatever it is, because you have issues, like go ahead, go fucking do that shit, you know? So those are all of the red flags that I have. Guys, do us a favor and comment. I'm going to post something on Instagram. We're going to post it on Twitter and YouTube. Comment down below what some red flags would be for you, what red flags you've seen, what red flags you've witnessed. Like, give us all the tea, give us all the juice. So now we're going to go on to green flags, kind of end it with a lighter note. So, Zai, what kind of green flags do you have?
So my first big green flag is somebody who smells good. Um, and that's
Yeah,
because
okay.
I always smell good. Like I try to keep myself,
Right.
you know this. Like I try to keep myself fresh at all times and smelling good. But I love
Mm-hmm.
being like if I hugging a guy and he smells good, like don't let
Right.
go. I love somebody
I
who
love
smells
that. Yes.
good. Constant effort, prioritizing and matching
Mm.
energy. Absolutely. Like
Mm,
I am big on because I'm a hard lover. That's why my heart is broken now. Literally, like that's I love so hard and just want to give like so much to a person, and I'm at a point now where like I really need somebody to come show me what I come show me that that they're about that life because I
mm-hmm.
give so much so quick, and I need somebody to like match my energy and put in some effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be somebody's main priority at all because nobody's my main priority, but you are a priority
Right.
to me, But
Mm-hmm.
make some effort and just oh my gosh, it could be so
Show me
simple.
some
It
shit.
could be so simple. It show me some shit. Like show me. I ain't seen much on the romantic side that I didn't do myself. So I need somebody to
Right.
come show me some shit. Like put some effort in. Shit. Um,
Right. Absolutely.
I have communication, and somebody told me effective communication skill. I would just say this.
Right.
I was with somebody. We're no longer together, but that motherfucker communicated and communicated. Like would call me on break, call me in a car, texting me, like making effort to call me from ship phones, like on a ship. That's hard. Like that motherfucker would call
Yeah.
me from the ship just to talk to me, and I just wanted to check in with you, see how you doing, see how you feeling, and we would just talk, and
Mm-hmm.
it felt good because it's almost like I had a friend.
Mm.
So yeah, there's that. That was really nice.
Right.
Thoughtful gifts. I
Ooh.
think,
Yes.
I heard that you like this, or I see you looking at this, or I thought about you. I thought about
I
you.
love
A
that. I
simple,
know you like this.
yeah, I thought you would like this. That's effort. That's a thought. Like, oh, you were thinking about me.
Right.
Quality time is a big one for me.
Mm-hmm.
We could watch movies, we could play games, we could go for a walk, we can go for a drive, we can go do anything, but we could do that together. I love, hey, you want to run these errands with me? Hell yeah.
Yes. I love that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, gestures, kind gestures is a sweet one that somebody gave me, and non-sexual cuddles. Like if we could just be cuddled up and
Mm,
just be cuddled
I
together, I
love
think
that.
that is so sweet. Stability, mentally, physically, emotionally, and I'm gonna add financially. Um,
Okay.
so
I have that as a green flag
yeah,
too.
I think and it's easier said than done because you go through shit, so sometimes your emotions and things bounce, and I don't expect nothing less from a person, we all have bad days. Megan said bad bitches have bad days too. Like, yes,
I
some
love that
days you
song.
are
Yeah.
mentally and emotionally fucked up. That's okay, but can we
Hmm.
get you back on track? Like how can we get back together? I think about myself, somebody who, like right now, like emotionally and mentally, like, I'm really low, um, and
Hmm.
I can admit that I can communicate that to you, but I'm also going to do
Right.
and put in the effort to get myself back up and try to
Absolutely.
stabilize it. So yeah,
Hmm.
and laughing all the time. That could go either way, honestly. But I think that's a good one. Like
Yeah.
because somebody with like a joyful spirit, like always happy, always joking and stuff, like know how to make light of a situation. I think that's a good thing. Like you're lighthearted. Like I laugh a lot. I'm
Yeah.
always trying to make a joke out of something. And so,
Yes.
and then the last one that
I
I
love it.
have is I perspective, not just we and us, but I. I want to do this. I should do this. I did this, not just always we and us. Like being able to put,
Like coming from them. Hmm.
yeah, the I perspective. Like I want us to do this instead of just we can do this.
Oh, okay, okay,
Um,
okay. I got you. I got
that
you.
right there, because that's like effort in a way. Like, okay, you want to do this, or I like doing this. I was wondering if you would want to come, not just pointing to be able to say like, well, you did this or you did that. Like, this could go good or bad. Like taking accountability in a way,
Right.
like just being able to recognize self is,
Like a balance.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my green flags.
I agree. I agree with those. I really loved the last one, actually. Really loved that because in my last relationship, it was not, it was very, I felt like I was carrying it at some point.
Hmm.
And I don't like that. I don't like that. And I realize that a lot of our men in communities grow up in a matriarch home where they're used to the women carrying all the weight. They're used to their moms taking care of them and their siblings and her husband, and you know what I mean, bending over backwards at work, and all this crap. And it's just like, nah, dude, like I need you to input on this, thanks. What are we gonna have for dinner? Or you know what I'm saying, like, or not even what we're gonna have for dinner. I need you to ask me, like, sometimes, and I need you to be like, hey babe, I took initiative and did this and this, like that effort that you were saying. Really, really love that. I need that. Definitely a green flag. So some of mine, I'm not going to read all of them, but I really liked when someone's the female who said love bombing. She also said expressing and showing empathy and consideration.
Ooh, empathy. That's a big one. Empathy
Empathy.
is such a
It
big thing.
is.
Oh my
We
goodness.
don't show it
No, we do
enough.
not. That is so good. That's something that I should have wrote down too, like empathy. Because even if you don't agree with the situation, like if you just understand and
Right.
yeah, like that's yeah, empathy. Yeah.
Empathy. Empathy coming from a man.
What's that? No, I'm kidding.
Whoo. No, for real. So, like, Jared shows a lot of empathy all the time, and we just relate and connect to so many things. And bless his heart, he's such a beautiful person. And it's sexy. It is sexy when a man shows empathy and is considerate of you and apologizes if he feels like he's overstepped in a way. And he's a oh God, oof. Whew, I'm getting a little
Whew.
warm.
I ain't gonna even say it. I ain't gonna even say it. Mm.
um, so having things in common is a green flag for this woman. She said, when we have, like, for example, she loves to be outside. If having that in common for her is a green flag. Having a lot of things like that she's into is a green
Okay.
flag for her. Uh, Sexual compatibility is a green flag for her. Financial stability is a green flag for her, like I mentioned. I have a green flag from a male saying that he's pretty open, but a sense of humor is definitely a green flag for him. When she's educated, like street smart, is definitely a green flag for him. I have another female saying that showing appreciation for simple tasks.
Yes.
So, like, so she mentioned doing dishes and like sweeping the floor and stuff like that. When I do those things, say, hey, babe, I really appreciate you doing that. Or if I, if you see that I'm struggling with something and you do it for me, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, thank you so much. I mean, I've been meaning to get to that, like that's a green flag for her. So then a male said, being attentive without being overbearing. I feel like that goes along with just being present in the relationship without being overbearing. Um, so, like, he gave the example of suggesting a restaurant because I know you like Italian food or I know you like Thai food. I could suggest that we go there for dinner tonight because I know you like that, or because I thought about you and I discovered this, place for you. I thought that was really sweet. He also said, has their life together. So, kind of being on the same level as you, or getting their life together to where they can they're in a space where they can contribute as much as you, if not more. And whether that's, finances, whether that's trips, whether that's whatever that is for you, right? It might not be much, but especially if you're just started dating someone, but it's definitely a green flag for him if they kind of are on the same kind of level as him. Uh, this is a good one. He said long term savings. So is a green flag for him. Not a requirement, since, people are coming out of the pandemic and people are still facing like hardships because of the pandemic. Having a long term savings, like a retirement or whatever the case is, for him is definitely a green flag. So I thought those were really good green flags. Do you have any kind of last minute thoughts? Oh, guys, comment also what your green flags are, kind of what gets a guy like brownie points, or what you kind of expect from him to have you know what I mean? Like, for example, Zai, he kind of, it's, would be very nice if like the guy who's dating smelled good. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So comment what your green flags would be, kind of what gives him brownie points, if
I
you
mean,
will.
green flags for me also is like somebody who knows how to, if you know how to dress, that's really nice. If you like
Mm-hmm.
work out or, you take care of your body, your appearance is also like a big green flag because like you
I
want to
like
make
that.
yourself feel good, you look good, you feel good type things. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
really just appreciate seeing that in general, like somebody who just take care of how they look. And yeah, that's a
Absolutely.
big one for me.
I
So,
definitely appreciate that for sure.
and I mean, sometimes, shit do get hard and it do get rough, but, just being able to
Mm-hmm.
keep yourself together and not look like, I like to say the term, like, I don't ever want to look like what I go through. And I think I do a pretty good
Right.
job of that. So, I would
I do
like
too. I
that
think
in
your
turn.
skin looks really good
Oh, thank you.
today.
Thank you. Yeah, what about you? Any final flags?
um, I'm gonna think of some later. But no, I think the ones that we hit on were really good. I love the ones that you hit on as well. I think for me, kind of just like I was saying earlier, just me carrying, feeling like I'm carrying the relationship, feeling like you don't have like time for me, um, feeling like, and that's time to talk on the phone. That's time to give me attention, right? So even if you kind of have a busy schedule or you have your hand in multiple things, just take making time for me in any capacity,
Just
like
effort. Like, it's
effort.
so
Yeah,
simple and
exactly.
it goes such a long way. Like, I hate the feeling that I'm putting in too much of something and getting nothing back. Like,
Right.
that shit has
Or
literally
I'm being
drained
too
me.
needy.
Yeah. Um,
Yes, I fucking hate that shit. When I'm feeling too needy, that's a red
I will,
flag.
I will say another red flag is like dragging a person along, like you becoming emotionally unavailable. Like, if
Oof.
you not interested, say that shit. Say
Like,
it.
don't
Like,
string me along.
don't drag
Don't.
somebody along.
Mm.
Like, that fucking sucks. Like, because you're wasting time that could be spent to find somebody else. Like, for both
Exactly.
parts.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's that's it. If you smell good to the
100%.
front, um, all right.
I love that. Well, all right, guys. Again, comment what your red and green flags are on our Instagram, our YouTube, Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have the YouTube channel coming up here soon. And don't forget to leave us 5-star reviews. We need those reviews. If you do nothing else, leave us a review. Okay? Thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate you. We're definitely working um, toward kind of making the show better, right?
Mhm.
Making it better, making it stand out more, just making it just better in general for you guys. But we appreciate the love and support. I mentioned this last episode, but I am going to shout out some people in episode 7. Definitely going to shout out some people. So look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Have a good night or good day.
All right.
Bye.
Good 24 hours,
Yeah.
whatever that is for you.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.